The lawsuit claims that 21-year-old Sarah Katz died after consuming the drink because it has more caffeine than 3 cans of Red Bull.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down the sodas and energy drinks that, while they may be tasty, are also unhealthy, especially if not consumed in moderation.
Compare that to an 8.4-ounce can of Red Bull, which has 80 milligrams, while a 12-ounce can of Prime Energy contains 200 milligrams of caffeine.
Number 10. Mellow Yellow. We have to assume that they were having an opposite day at the office on the day they were tasked to come up with a name for this soda.
Did you tell them?
Yeah. Mellow Yellow. It's smooth.
Because why else would you call something mellow that has as much caffeine as Mellow Yellow does? Which, for the record, is about 50 milligrams per 12 ounces can. And we haven't got to the sugar and calorie numbers yet.
I bet you'd like a cold, smooth Mellow Yellow right now, wouldn't you? Yeah, I just bet you would.
Along with the caffeine hit, 1 can of Mellow Yellow also hits you with 170 calories and 47 grams of sugar. And in case you're wondering, yes, all 3 of those numbers are higher than what you'd find in a similarly sized can of Coke. Number 9. Sunkist Fruit Punch. Get yourself a 20-ounce bottle of Sunkist Fruit Punch soda, and the one thing you won't be ingesting much of, if any, is fruit. Looking at the ingredients, there isn't one fruit listed. Maybe the natural and artificial flavors contain some fruit essence, but we don't know. What we do know is that downing just 1 bottle of the stuff will mean a 300-calorie hit and 80 grams of sugar.
Pretty soon you've got a big pile of sugar. Nobody would eat that much sugar, but they are in liquid form when they consume soda.
To provide some context for that number, the American Heart Association recommends no more than 36 grams of added sugar per day for men and 25 grams for women. There's no caffeine here, but that's a small comfort. Number 8. 5-Hour Energy. Did you know that the recommended serving of a 5-Hour Energy drink is just half the tiny 2-ounce bottle?
When your battery's running low, grab a 5-Hour Energy. It'll help you get back.
We're going to assume that, given how small the shot is, most people down the whole thing, if not 2 at a time. However, in 1 bottle, you're getting around 200 milligrams of caffeine, which is about as much as 2 8-ounce cups of coffee.
Now it's happening.
5-Hour Energy. Get back to 100%.
So please, don't do multiple shots of this stuff. 5-Hour Energy, like many other energy drinks, contains B vitamins. However, the levels per bottle of, say, B12 are 20,000% times the daily recommended numbers. Not to mention that back in 2012, the FDA did investigate potentially links between the drink and 20 consumer deaths.
The manufacturers point out these are just claims, and there's no proven link between the drinks and the deaths.
Number 7. Crushed pineapple. Don't be fooled by the fruit in the name.
Step right up to a carnival of flavors, all with vitamin C from Crush.
While we're sure that pineapples have nutritional value and positive health benefits, we also feel confident saying that crushed pineapple soda doesn't. Taking a standard 20-ounce bottle as our starting point, something we can all easily down in one sitting, you're looking at 320 calories and a surprising 110 milligrams of sodium.
It's totally outrageous.
But it's the sugar that really gets this one on our list. We're talking 85 grams of the stuff, and don't think you can just go with the crushed peach instead, because those numbers are all just minimally lower. Again, no caffeine here, but the other factors override that.
Crush. Taste buds, fasten your seatbelts.
Number 6. Rockstar. Hey now, you're drinking Rockstar, you're intaking a lot of caffeine and sugars today.
Rockstar Energy Drink. Refreshing flavors. Fully charged with B vitamins. Rockstar Energy Drink.
Okay, so we may not be on Weird Al's level when it comes to song parodies, and we're pretty sure Smash Mouth wouldn't be impressed. But at least it gets the facts across about why the Rockstar Energy Drink is one of the most unhealthy choices you can make.
Real rock stars don't chase the spotlight. It chases them.
Given that it's an energy drink, you're obviously getting a good amount of caffeine, 160 milligrams in a 16-ounce can to be exact, but you're also getting 260 calories and 63 grams of sugar, which is crazy high. And while their X-Durance SKU is sugar-free, it has 300 milligrams of caffeine. Number 5. Reign. We understand why you might be confused as to why Reign made the list given that a 16-ounce can is only 10 calories and has 0 sugar. But anyone who's tried a Reign energy drink knows that they are sweet, with flavors like white gummy bear and orange dreamsicle. How could they not be, right? So where does that sweetness come from? Unfortunately, it's not from natural sweeteners, but artificial ones like sucralose. There are 200 milligrams of sodium per can, which seems a little high to us, but by far the number that stands out the most is the 300 milligrams of caffeine. That's about 3 cups of coffee, or 75% of the recommended daily intake in one can.
I'm just terrified of it.
Because it's so powerful.
Because it's so powerful, I'm scared.
Number 4, Bang. Bang has a profile very similar to that of Reign. Again, we're looking at no sugar and low calorie, in this case 0 calories per can.
And check out all this selection. Look at all these purple guava pear. I think, you know what? I haven't seen champagne in a long time. I'm gonna get this one for later.
However, like Reign, Bang also sweetens their beverages with sucralose, which, while generally considered safe, is hundreds of times sweeter than table sugar, can lead to gut health issues, and should be consumed in moderation.
This is a whole can of Bang in this tiny little shot.
And as for caffeine levels, we're again looking at 300 milligrams, which will certainly provide the bang you want. But is it the bang you actually need? You decide.
One serving of Bang provides 300 milligrams of caffeine.
So
more than 2 cups of coffee.
2 cups of coffee.
There's about 80 milligrams of caffeine in your average cup of coffee.
I'm already stressed.
Number 3, Mountain Dew. Before you go and do the do, let us walk you through what it is you'll actually be doing to your body. Spoiler alert, it isn't anything good. Starting with the 290 calories in a 20-ounce bottle, which would take the average person about 30 minutes of running to burn off. Is a bottle of Dew worth a 30-minute jog?
Babe, this is what you always do.
What about the sugar? Well, as some of you might already know, Mountain Dew is one of the higher sugarized sodas out there, with that one 20-ounce bottle containing 77 grams of the stuff. And they don't skimp on the caffeine either. Going back to the 20-ounce bottle, there are 91 milligrams of caffeine. That's almost 1 cup of coffee's worth.
All right, do break.
Number 2, Monster. We aren't scared of monsters, but we are a little afraid of drinking too much Monster energy drink.
We're not here to take part, we're here to take over.
Look at the ingredient list on the side of a can of Monster Energy and you'll notice that the second and third ingredients are sugar and glucose. Given that, it might not surprise you to know that each can contains 54 grams of sugar.
I just try and keep my head down and keep grinding.
In that can, you'll also find 166 milligrams of caffeine, 210 calories, and 370 milligrams of sodium, which means you're drinking 15% of your daily recommended sodium intake. And yes, there are B6 and B12 vitamins, but at 220% and 590% of the DRV, and that much more than recommended isn't necessarily a good thing either, especially with any kind of frequency.
And when it all comes together, you've got something pretty special.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Red Bull. There are lots of people who, if they had one wish, would wish that they could fly.
Red Bull gives you wings.
However, while Red Bull might give you wings, these aren't the type of wings you or your body really need. Your body doesn't need the 75 milligrams of caffeine or the 27 grams of sugar found in just a small 8-ounce can of Red Bull.
These 27 grams of added sugar amount to about 54% of the daily recommended amount. It is recommended that we try to limit added sugars in our diet because they are usually just providing empty calories.
And sure, if you can have one small can every now and then, it shouldn't be too bad. However, moderation isn't always easy. And there's the fact that many folks like to combine Red Bull with alcohol, which can increase high-risk behavior as Red Bull can make you feel less drunk than you are.
Really, all you're doing is sending your body mixed messages, and it doesn't allow for your body's typical messaging system telling you, hey, you should slow down, or hey, you should stop drinking. Those get lost in translation with the presence of a stimulant like caffeine.
Who needs soda or energy drinks when you have WatchMojo comments? Are we right? Let us know in the comments below.
Chip, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.